What's up, guys? This is Dwight here with Auction Up. Got some great news to announce today. We have 626 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome, and I feel very much so blessed by each and every one of you that took time to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment and subscribe. That way you'll be notified every time there's a new video released. Every time there's a new video released. Yeah, but it's really great. It's so hard to get subscribers. It's one of those things where it looks a lot easier to do than it is. And when you go out and try it, you know, most people quit, but I never quit. I view failure unlike most people. As long as I'm doing my best, that's all I expect. And I'm doing my best right now. But I got a video here for you guys today. It is covering all the items that sold recently on my eBay and Etsy account. Now, I thought about doing the clips with and then digging, you know, for the visual videos where the item was purchased and then showing what sold, but that takes a lot of work and effort, and I'm afraid that I won't do these if I do that. So I'm gonna try to keep it simple. But if you guys make the request, or you know, put in the comments you would like to see the date that it was purchased, I'll change the whole format just to make you guys happy. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each and every individual item that's sold, try to give a synopsis of where it was purchased, when it was purchased, all that good stuff, and we'll just keep it rolling that way. All right, so first item is a vintage chrome Beehive Osterizer. I'm sorry. A vintage chrome Beehive Osterizer model 432 blender. It was sold for $27. The customer paid $21.30 in shipping. Now, I remember when I purchased this, because when we first looked at, because it was inside the box, and I paid like $4 for it. It was in horrible shape, and first we almost threw it away, I remember, but then my wife and we decided to wipe it down and clean it up and then check it out, and it actually looked pretty decent. So it was with the box lots, and very happy with this purchase. All right, this is a really neat one here, and it's not that the item was expensive or rare, it's how it was sold. All right, this vintage Caffco green antique car planter that was made in Japan. A subscriber yesterday actually brought this, and they sent a message, and I absolutely thought that was awesome. Now I'm sitting here thinking I want to give the shout out straight to that subscriber's name, but I don't want to like pause and, you know, mess everything up. But to the subscriber that purchased this, I want to say thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I love the support. Planters like this, I did send them a comment too. Also, I responded to their comment, but the planters like this, they're, I don't call them a dime a dozen at auctions and estate sales. They kind of are, but the trick is you have to look through the piles of them, looking for the neat ones that people actually want, that actually catches their eye. And I remember this one caught my eye. It was, I don't know, it's just different. I really like. I still like it. I will buy it today. All right, right here we have a vintage hard-sided suitcase carry-on luggage. Sold it for $27. This wasn't a great buy. I think I paid like $5 for this, to be honest. The shipping was $31.70. I'm not going to say I hit it out of the park with this one. It's not the worst I've ever done, but it's not the greatest. But you know, it sold. Like I said, luggage sells. It always sells. But it seems like people aren't paying as much for the vintage luggage these days. So that is something I need to look into, to tell you the truth. I might want to shift what I'm buying these days, because what I've noticed, at least in Pennsylvania, what I've noticed is that the market shifts. So what was popular, say 7 years ago when I was doing this, is not popular now, and nobody's buying it. It just shifts. It's very weird. Okay, all right, now we have antique 1815 works of Flavius, Josephus, Jewish historian. Okay, they sold for $54. I paid $4.50. I'm sorry, the customer paid $4.57 in shipping. I did not pay for shipping. I do know when these were purchased. These were purchased about 3 months ago. I had a buddy of mine with me that day, and I took and brought a crap load of books that day, and these were purchased that day. And this was a good buy, and I'm very happy with that sale price for these. And it's also, if you look at these, if you look at them, the condition of books doesn't always have to be perfect if they're collectible and they're old enough. All right, next thing. This is a cool one. A wood stereoscope with Stereoview cards. This is an antique, plain and simple, obviously. Sold it for $63. I believe I purchased it for roughly $24, if my memory serves me correctly, but I could be off a little bit, but it's about that price. So for $63, and the shipping costs $9.55. This is a really cool one because we all remember the little viewer scope things where you hit the switch on the side, you look through it. Well, this was the predecessor to that, basically. All right, this was a random box lot I brought. I remember the auction I brought this at. I only paid $1 for these. These are Hazel, Atlas, Moroccan, Amethyst plate trays. They sold for $22.50. The customer paid $12.40 in shipping. Like I said, you always want to keep an eye out at those box lots because you'd be amazed at what you'll buy for $1, you're selling around, sell it for 20, 40, 60, 100 more. Okay, I remember this. This is Westinghouse refrigerator, paperwork, fridge pamphlets, booklets, photos, etc. Now this was a cool one because I actually purchased 6 large lots of paperwork for $6 a box. Nobody wanted it. This is just a portion of one of the boxes, and this sold for $30. So I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I said that paperwork sells. Paperwork sells. I was kind of excited when I brought it, so I thought I made a good move, and I did. Uh-oh, I hear movement behind me. Thanks to COVID, we have homeschooling going on. Somebody, uh-oh, little kid there behind me, not dressed yet. Not dressed. Hey, wife? Laura? Sorry, guys. Awkward moment. A kid just came downstairs from bed, and I'm not sure she's dressed, but I don't think the camera can see her, so cool. All right. Let's see, these pamphlets sold for $30, and the shipping was $8.55. But it was a great sale, definitely. I'll do that all day. All right, the next item. Now, those were all on eBay. Now we're going to roll over to Etsy. Etsy, we have a vintage Pocket Rockers cassette player. This is awesome. Now, what makes this awesome is it's sold for $45 with $8.55 shipping. But that's not what made it awesome. The part that made it awesome is when I brought those Zelda figurines a little while back, this was in a box with them. I didn't even know what this was, but my wife did a little research, and what do you know? There's value in it. So I really killed it that day. And it's just neat, like the little toy cassette things from back in the day. And the coloring of it's so 80s. You guys know the routine. Next, we have a Homeco 10 Commandments metal wall hanging. Sold for $18. Shipping, they paid $33.15. This is just one of those items. It's in a box lot. Look up everything. You'd be surprised what you find. Really, you really would. Okay, the next Etsy item is a Kentucky Derby pen. I actually was in Kentucky one year, in Louisville, Kentucky, for work, and that's all everybody that town kept asking me, are you here for the Derby? And I was like, no, I'm here for work. It is huge. It really is that huge there. But I sold this pen for $22 with free shipping. And I didn't even buy this pen on purpose. It just happened to be in a lot. So remember, box lots. At auctions, always look at the box lots. All right, so moving on. All right, next we have A antique 1909, A Girl of the Limberlost by Gene Stratton Porter. Okay, this book, let's see, this book sold for $18. The customer paid $3.45 in shipping. And if you're wondering why the shipping is so cheap on the books, media mail. Books, you always want to ship as media mail. It's discounted shipping. But with U.S. postage, if you try to use media mail and you're trying to get over on them, they have the right to open the boxes and check. Just a little tidbit for you guys. All right, next one, vintage letter opener lot. Okay, this is the vintage letter opener lot. Just a bunch of random different types of letter openers. Purchased this one on purpose. Sold it for $18. Shipping was $8.25. I don't remember what I paid for this, but I know it wasn't much. I know positive this wasn't much. Now this is a lot that I thought was really cool, and I made out very well. And you people are gonna be like, "What?" So here we go. All right. Oops, hit the wrong button here. Okay. This is a lot of Stephen King books that I brought. There's a lot of 8 of them, a collection of 8 books. I sold them for $45. And the shipping price was $10.73. Now these were actually purchased in a video a little while back at a flea market, matter of fact, and I paid $5 for like a whole stack of Stephen King books. Just, you always got to keep your mind out, because not everything, well, these are vintage, but not everything you think. Like a lot of times you'll see money's around us everywhere we look, but it's up for us to take advantage of the situation. And a lot of times for me, flea markets, auctions, yard sales, thrift stores, you got to grab your phone, start looking stuff up and be like, oh, I'll take that after all. But just a little tidbit. All right, next, this is something that's funny to me. This I didn't think would sell, and my wife told me list it anyway. It is a 1966 Golden West Books Railroad Calendar of American steam locomotives. It was in a box lot again. No, it wasn't. It was in a tray lot that I purchased, but I purchased a tray for something else, but it was with it. So I sold it for $13.50. Shipping was $9.55. This little old calendar falls under, if somebody was to say, here's $13.50, you want it? I would say yes, indeed. So never overlook anything, guys. All right, next we got a vintage Bemis heavy duty seamless cloth bag, canvas feed sack. Okay, my wife loves doing these super long titles. Sold it for $18.90. Shipping was $8.55. I guarantee you I didn't buy that on purpose, because I don't really, my wife knows about farming. I know how to fish. Does that count? All right, here we go. Next item. Antique History of the Civil War, by Benson Lawson, a war memorial association. I do know how to read, guys. The total was, they paid $22.50, and then the shipping price was $5.59. I did buy this at an auction. It's not the great, none of these are the greatest sales lately. It's been slow, but still money in the bank, and it keeps the food, like power on, gas in the tank, all that good stuff. Next item, got some skates. Now, funny thing about these skates is they sat in my living room for so long, I don't even know where I brought them. And I mean, they sat somewhere in here for 6 months, I suspect. And every time I took pictures, they just got overlooked. They are, I sold them for $18 with $9.55 shipping. They're just old school ice skates. But I mean, when I say they sat here for a long time, it's embarrassing how long they sat here. But with all that said, and me jabbering away, that's all the items I have for this video. Again, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, everybody who's ever liked a video on my channel. If you have not done that yet, please do. Please take a moment to subscribe. That will guarantee that every time I upload a video to YouTube, YouTube will notify you. And also hit the like button, because it's hard to imagine how much the likes matter to YouTube. but the more likes that the videos get, the more generic traffic they'll send me, and it'll help the channel grow. But that is everything for today. So with all that said, I want everybody out there to stay happy and to stay blessed, and please keep your eye on a power above. All right.